All right, are you off? Let's move on to number 2. Here we go.
Eisenman turned around center ice. Puck bounces back into the Detroit zone. Konstantinov took a hit from Brindamore. Still made the play on it. Dug off the boards now and cleared ahead. Here now is McCarty up over the line. McCarty got by his man. He scores! What a play Darren McCarty made on Michel Petit and then pulled Hextall completely out of the goal. And the Red Wings go into a 2-0 lead on a tremendous play by McCarty.
Mr. Bruce Martin. Now, before we start talking too much about Bruce Martin, I want to specify that when Ken Kal finally hangs him up, his career may surpass Bruce Martin. But you cannot deny, for decades and decades, Bruce Martin was the voice of the Red Wings, and it was Red Wing hockey. He is Red Wing hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I loved Bruce Martin. With Sid Abel, and the other, half his career was with Bud Lynch, and he did it for so long, and his voice is so iconic. His voice is Red Wing hockey. You just can't say enough good things about Bruce Martin.
And, neither can you say that about Ken Kal, because that clip you heard was courtesy of Ken Kal, because Ken Kal was gracious enough to step aside and say, hey, Bruce, why don't you call the second period of Game 4? And that's what you heard. And so you don't think Ken Kal wants that on his resume, but I think that clip is a credit to both of those guys.
Well, again, as I've said, Ken is a hockey guy, so I'm sure Ken was absolutely thrilled to be with Bruce Martin in that moment, right. And I'm sure that's the first thing Ken would tell you. So that was a cool moment to have him step aside and let Bruce call, a Stanley Cup moment like that.
And
that's class act.
And he's had many more. He's called some big moments in Detroit Red Wings. I mean, think about, 96 or,
I mean, Bruce called some of those years when they wore paper bags on their head and things, the dead things and whatnot.
I think when Mike Ilitch first bought the Red Wings, I think every night you went to a game, they gave away a car. I think I remember
every weekend night. I think it was every Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday. It was it was every weekend night they gave a car away. I remember those days
because no one was coming to these games, man. But the Red Wings, they became hockey
but Bruce Martin was still, that iconic voice, and even when this team was not good, the fan base for the Detroit Red Wings is in the top 5 in professional sports. The wing fans are rabid. They love the team and they're going to support them no matter what. And Bruce Martin was that voice during a lot of lean years too, and pulled them through it. He made it worth listening to, made it interesting, made it fun, and kept it interesting.